They're rolling in.
Play it, play it, play it. Yo, yo, yo. Play it, play it, play it. Yo, yo, yo. Play it, play it, play it. Yo, yo, yo. Play it, play it, play it. Yo, yo, yo.
Hello, Robin. Hello, Brian.
Oh, so great. Jamie came out with a banger. Playa, playa, playa. Yo, yo, yo.
Right back tomorrow.
Unreal. Welcome, everybody.
What's going on?
Welcome to the live Splintered Spirits podcast, where we talk about all things spirit communication with our boy, John Santa. Let me get this thing. I like this thing in the back.
What's going on, everybody? We got a fun episode, a blast in the past episode tonight for all of you. A story that I've told for a long time on my stream. Every now and then I bust the story out. Now, unfortunately, my memory is going back almost 20 years. So my memory is a little skewed on it. And plus, I actually wasn't even there for a big portion of what happened.
Well, I'm excited to hear it because we haven't had a good ghost story in a while. And it's like, what the hell are we doing here if not talking about ghost stories?
This goes beyond ghost story.
All right.
This is one of the reasons why people say Ouija boards are dangerous, spirit boards are dangerous. This involves way more than just spirits. This involves a possible interdimensional entity. It's wild.
Play.
Wild.
You know, before we get into it, because we were just talking to everybody about, you know, as I'm diving into this community of the world of paranormal. So you're not on Reddit.
No.
So you got out of it. So it's like, I just got into Reddit, and I put Splintered Spirits on Reddit, and I try to join various subreddits about the paranormal. They're real mean to me, yo. They're mean. They're so mean. It's like they're incredibly mean out there, and it's like they're all like armchair experts, and they're you know, the word. Here's the thing: it's like, I don't care about the meanness, you know what I mean? But you know what's weird? It's like they're so adamant about this is what it is, and I must be lying, and I'm clearly wrong. Like, I've only posted a couple things, not everything. One of them was the short video that we did from the mirror, you know, the lady in the mirror, right? Where you can see it. And one guy was like, and one guy said something, or I don't know if it's a guy or not, but one person said something like, that I actually thought was funny. They go, break out some Windex and bust that ghost, right? They're just saying it's there, which I thought was great. And I wrote, you know, that maybe that's pretty, I go, that's pretty funny. Maybe it is.
That is funny.
Right. And then after I wrote maybe, they wrote, then it got dark. Then it was like, no, it's not maybe. It's definitely clearly a dirt smudge. And I go, well, then that's some pretty great dirt art. You know what I mean? Like, that's some really good smudge art. And by the way, it's also, and that
smudge must be moving, you know?
Yeah, dude. And by the way, like, why does it have to be dirt? Why can't it be the angles, the light's wrong, or where the camera, like, there's all sorts of things. Or maybe it's a fucking ghost, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. Or maybe it's a deviation in the glass. I mean, it could be anything.
It could be anything, but they were so adamant about it.
Adamant on dirt.
And then they get so mad at me, and then I'm a liar, and I'm clickbait, and I'm being exploitative. And it's just like, wow, man, what is going on? And then I just posted the Brian video on another group, you know, the short clip that we made of the Brian episode. And like, one thing, I love the engagement, you know, as someone trying to promote a podcast and share and get this stuff out, man, you know, it got like, let me see what it's at. Every time I click it, we're up to 3,500 views in 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's great.
But people that comment and the logic behind the comment, John, it's like, well, and I clearly say in the caption, like, listen, the text message doesn't match the voice. I don't know why. This is what we received. It came in on a live. This is what we got. I'm showing you. And they're like, you're a liar. The text message doesn't match the voice. I go, yeah, I know. I said that. I said that to you. Like, I clearly pointed that out of the gate, but this is everything we got. You could check the timestamps. It all, I mean, what do you want me to tell you? And I even say it could be a glitch in the cloud of the phone service. I said, that's not in question. The question is why then, why him, why now, right? Like that's the weird part. Not that it could be. And they just get so mean to me, John. They just
Yeah.
get so mean.
Yeah. Well, just going into it, it's amazing because I can't even tell you just on live how many times I will say something and like people just don't listen. And that's me vocalizing it. Imagine typing it out and people just not reading. Like it's crazy. It really is when you think about it.
These guys are like
Like,
hardcore, man, and they're just so
yeah.
angry about it. And it's like, are we talking about fucking ghosts? Like, what are you talking about? What are you so upset?
They're acting like we're talking about like their family or something,
It's insane.
like something personal to them. It is wild.
But anyway,
Well,
we're on
Reddit's a
Reddit.
wild place.
It's a wild place. And anyway, we're on Reddit, guys. If you want to join me and maybe help me out, show me some support because they're being mean. They're being so mean to me on there.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's
Oh,
crazy.
that's so funny.
All right. So let's get back into it. We got a great story. We got a friends here.
Yep.
We want to you tee it up, dude. I don't know. I'm hearing this for the first time, so I want to know.
All right.
I'm sure I'll have loads of questions.
I'm gonna bring on a man, okay, to come sit right next to me. Well, first off, some of you might recognize King Saves here. Okay. Some of you might recognize him. He openly allowed us to document his Masonic Lodge. I say that correctly?
Yeah.
Yeah. His Masonic Lodge about 2 years ago, which was a great experience. Gave us a window, a very personal window into the Masons and their beliefs, their practices, which is very cool because they're a very selective and private organization. So that was an honor. And he's also the man whose house that insane story with the spirit board that I've told on live a couple of times happened in. And I'm gonna bring him here now. You might have seen him in my chat on TikTok and YouTube. King Saves coming down. Come on in.
Yo.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good to meet you.
Stay.
So I am going to start it off because
Okay.
I'm going to just lay down a backstory real quick. It was a chaotic time in our lives. We were in our early 20s.
We were
Okay.
20.
We were 20. Okay?
So how did you guys meet?
So he's actually cousins with another good friend of mine.
Okay.
And that's actually, isn't that how we met?
Yeah, in the basement of my.
And then of your cousin's house. So that's how we met, and we became good friends, and
Okay.
we stayed.
China.
Yeah. And we stayed friends over the years. So, but we were a different speed than our other friends. Our other friends were more like they stay at home, hang out in the basement types. We were we're gonna go out and party and have have fun and get wild. So we would go out a lot, and it was a chaotic period in my life, especially. For some odd reason, guys, don't ask me why I did this. I actually had my current girlfriend at the time the story takes place and my ex-girlfriend hanging out. Okay. And probably the other one too in between. I think they were all anyway. It was just a chaotic time. And there are two players in this story, which is why I'm bringing this up. And we threw a house party. Basically, your parents went on a cruise.
No, my parents would go away for vacation every year.
Okay.
And then I'd throw a 3 to 5 day long party.
So that's what this was. Now, I was working a full-time job at this time. So I would go to work, come home, shower, go to the party all night, repeat.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were in what, day 2? Or was it day
No,
3?
this was day 3 because it was when it would die down. All the people from the local, from the area, weren't really around, and we, your then girlfriend and your ex girlfriend came over because we were dabbling in trying to figure out stuff about me and whatever at the time.
At the time, yep.
Yeah. I was very interested to try and see, into myself at that time. And so the ex-girlfriend, she said, "Oh yeah, I can do that. We'll set up, a spirit board and we'll figure that out." So I was like, okay. So that day we didn't really have a party. It was kind of like a bunch of the people that were in that clique, in that group, who
So there's
came
a
over. You were still
downturn.
at work over at that company.
There's a
Boiling
downturn in the
away.
party.
Yes.
There's a downturn in the party vibe. So we decide to get a Ouija board out.
Yes.
Basically.
Okay.
Basically. And yeah, so continue. Because I wasn't here for everything
yeah.
you're about to hear, I was not here for. And
So-
then I'm gonna interject when I came into the picture.
She puts a salt line around the dining room, going all a big circle around the dining room. Puts a spirit board on the middle of the dining room table, and then she starts doing this. I don't know what she was doing, but she was speaking almost in tongues.
Who's
I
who's
don't-
this girl? This is your ex?
One of
or
my
your
ex.
The ex. This was the
Okay.
ex, not the current girlfriend at the time.
Okay.
So, and she was just going off on a rant in something that didn't even comprehend the language. I don't know what was going on. And then all of a sudden, the lights go out throughout most of the house. And we start feeling like queasy all over the place. Everybody's starting to get sick. And we're not, drinking, doing anything at that
No
point.
drugs.
No,
All right, I
no,
want to
this
take. I
was
want to
like-
take. I want to take one step back. Mike,
Yeah.
did you believe in ghosts and spirits before this?
My family is very in tune with spiritual activity.
Why do you say that your
Everybody in my
family is
family.
spirit? Why? What are they, like mediums? Or are they witch? What does that mean?
We just have a strong connection to the energy around us. I'll leave it
Okay.
at that.
All right, so you're a believer. So you're in
yes,
this.
I'm a believer.
You've always been a
And half the
believer.
time I don't want to be, and I feel that energy.
Okay. All right.
I'm like, I can live without it, but I know it's there.
Okay. Okay.
So it obviously starts going in the wrong direction. And at this point, I don't know if she's messing with us, like trying to doing this intentionally or what, because I just wanted to find out some stuff. And then whatever she conjured, knocked out the lights. And in the kitchen, the dishwashing machine it turns on, it starts foaming out. We're like, what's going on in there? And the kitchen.
What was she
jet
asking?
black.
What did she ask before this happened?
I don't know what she was saying. She was speaking in tongues.
Okay.
You
But
know,
we don't
and
like she was. Wait. So how many hands? There was like a bunch of hands on the planchette.
there are no
thing?
hands on the table. It's moving on its own.
Okay.
This thing is moving. I had never seen that. I've
No, but I mean, before she started freaking out, was it like, were you just there like, is there any spirit with us? And like, was it the basics? And then all of a sudden
she just started speaking in tongues from the start, and that thing just starts moving around on its own.
Okay.
And this is like throwing me for a loop. And then the dishwasher turns on, and we never used that thing.
And it was still running, kicking out foam by the time I got there,
Yes.
which was hours later.
Yeah. And it never worked right after that.
All right. So things are, the lights are out, the lights come back on, the dishwasher starts going, the power comes back on, or what's,
No power.
and then no power, dishwasher's on. She's what? She's still talking?
She's talking. She's doing her thing. Like, I don't know what she's saying.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, I feel this dark energy in the room. Just awful. And it pulls me to the ground and starts dragging me across the floor. There's nobody touching me. I'm getting pulled to the kitchen.
John, you're there?
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
Not yet. But when I got there, I'll tell.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay.
Keep going.
So I'm getting pulled into the kitchen, and I'm like feeling helpless, and I'm pushing with all my might and power to keep myself from crossing that salt line between the kitchen and the dining room. And it was one of the darkest experiences of my life. I've never felt that before.
And
I've never felt that since.
Yeah.
So, and who else? So it's just you, this girl. Was there somebody else there?
It's me. It's his ex-girlfriend. It's his current girlfriend at the time. And I believe there were
most likely either 2 or 3 other people there.
2 or 3 other people
'Cause
there,
we
and
had
I
a lot
can't
of-
remember who they are.
The chick from Jersey.
Marissa.
Yeah, Marissa was there from Jersey.
And probably those 2 clowns I used to follow around at first.
Yes, probably.
I don't remember their names.
What are they doing at this time?
Yeah.
So, and
What are they doing at this time? Is anybody trying to help you off the floor?
no, they were all like feeling woozy and sick. One person went to the bathroom and started throwing up. It was just awful experience. I fought it off with everything I had and kept myself in that dining room. And then I walk out to the front door to open the door to get some air. I went straight the other direction because the dining room's between the kitchen and the living room. I bolted out to the front door and I'm looking across the street and I see these big green glowing eyes staring me down. And I nearly crapped myself.
Now, just to paint this picture, when you walked out his house,
That's a
he
pretty
lived at
solid
dead
picture.
End. He lived at a dead end, and there, if I remember correctly, at the dead end there were no street lights. It was just the lights coming from was that factory or a warehouse?
It was the factory across the street, and I was looking across where the parking lot for the factory is, and on the other side of the parking lot there's these woods, and there's these 2 green glowing eye-shaped lights staring me down. And I froze like, what is this? And I ran back in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you run back in. When does everything go back to normal?
Not until this guy arrives. This guy arrives not long afterward. He bolts in his leather jacket. What's going on here? And he felt whatever energy was going on. And he had with him his friend who doesn't believe in any of this whatsoever. And he just starts barking.
Here, so now I'm going to tell the story from my perspective as I walk in. I walk into this house. Okay, at this point you're laying on the couch.
Yeah.
Okay, you're out of it, dude. Like I was like, what the hell is going on? I was like, you guys started without me, partying without me. Like the hell's going on here? But dude, I felt it. My good friend he doesn't believe in any of this stuff till to this day, and I'm still great friends with him. He starts puking out of nowhere. We didn't do anything beforehand. We just came from work. We literally worked, showered, went to start the party.
Yeah.
All right. So, we walk in, I see him on the couch. I hear she's still chanting.
Yeah.
She's stuck in whatever zone and whatever entrapment that is. She's still chanting. And it was gibberish. I couldn't understand, couldn't make out what it was. It didn't sound like languages. It literally sounded like gibberish.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on?
It's probably why you broke up with her.
Yeah, right. It's just I broke up with her. So all of a sudden,
What did you do to her, John?
yeah, right. What did I do? What did I do to them all? So all of a sudden, the green eyes that he's talking about, I see them in the dining room. As when I come in, I see the green eyes, and my girlfriend at the time gets dragged by her foot into through the dining room, right past the salt line into the kitchen. And like she's screaming, and the second she goes through the kitchen, dude, you don't hear her for shit.
Yep.
So I literally bolt into the dining room, grab the spirit board, run outside, start lighting this motherfucker on fire. It's not catching because I have a lighter. So I threw it on the ground and I said, wait a minute, hold on. I went in my pocket. I pulled out a blunt. At the time I was smoking blunts, sparked that shit up, got a bunch of dried sticks and leaves, a couple of cinder blocks because it was like a factory over there and there was like mad debris and whatnot. Set up right in the middle of this dead end road, a little fire. and I roasted the shit out of this spirit board.
Yep.
The second it was charred, I walked back into the house. My friend is done puking. He's up on his feet. All the lights are on.
Mhm.
The dishwasher is still kicking out foam, but it's slowed down. And the kitchen was a mess
Yeah.
after that. And my ex claims she doesn't remember what happened. She thought nothing happened. She had
Yeah.
no idea. And my current girlfriend was just petrified,
Mm-hmm.
for the rest of the night.
The rest
Like,
of the night,
yeah.
the rest of her life.
Yeah, basically. And it was literally one of the craziest things that I've ever walked into.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly, because I saw somebody ask, the pamphlet spelt out Abaddon
Yes.
when it was moving on its own.
Yes.
It spelt out Abaddon. Someone asked what the pamphlet was saying
Mhm.
when it was moving. It spelt out Abaddon.
What does that mean? Does that
And
mean something?
so Abaddon is one of the lords of the abyss
Mm-hmm.
in Christian Judeo mythos, and probably farther back, it's probably also Preolitic, but I don't quote me on that. I'm not an expert in the foundings of Christian Judeo.
You sound like
Religion.
Egon Spengler
Right.
from.
But
There's no Abaddon on these two.
well, listen. What's wild though is like I've encountered that entity later on.
Mm.
Like I've documented that later on in my life.
Yeah.
I ended up coming across this thing again. So I
Where?
can tell you at the undisclosed location. So
Oh, I'm looking up. How do you spell it? What is it?
Abaddon. It's A-B-B.
It's either A-B-Y or A-B-A-D-O-N.
Something like
It
that.
could be one of those two.
Yeah. So I mean, there's
Abaddon
probably
Abaddon means destruction or destroyer. The term appears in various contexts, primarily in religious texts and later in popular culture. Abaddon is often used to refer to a place of destruction or the realm of the dead, often in parallel with Sheol, the grave or underworld. For example, in Job 26:6 states, Sheol is naked before him, Abaddon has no cover. New Testament book of Revelation, in Revelation 9:11, Abaddon is described as an angel of the bottomless pit and the king of an army of locusts. These locusts are depicted as demonic creatures with the power to torment people who do not have the seal of God.
Well, we definitely felt tormented.
So
in literature, let's see. In literature and pop culture, Abaddon has been a recurring figure in literature, film, television, and games, often retaining its association with destruction and the demonic. In John Bunyan's The Pilgrim's Progress, Abaddon is a foul fiend. There's a lot of things. Gives me a lot of books. Azkaban in Harry Potter subtly references it because it's a combination of Alcatraz and Abaddon.
oh shit.
Azkaban. Abaddon's Gate is in the third novel, The Expanse, in the science fiction series. So people use it to reference a lot of, I guess. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Now, why? Why do you think this happened?
Honestly, it had to do.
What the
with
hell's
something
Mike
she
into?
did. She had to do something. First off,
she was still bitter at you.
well, not just that. She was also mentally ill.
Yeah.
She had a lot of. She was I always warn that people that actually are mentally ill should not mess with the paranormal, and that's a prime reason and example.
They're easy targets.
It wasn't her fault. She had a hard life. She, a really messed up life that led her down, these paths, and all the trauma of her life, led her to that point. But she could have been very bitter at me, or it's the fact that her mental state was so messed up that she tapped into something that
Or it tapped into her.
But I mean, she was still chanting. That was the crazy.
Yeah.
Like while all this is going on, she didn't stop.
I know.
Like that's why I was I don't know. Like I'm trying to remember. Again, this is going 20 years ago. Like I'm trying to remember like all the little finite details, because you would think like they would be like super important. I remember her just not stopping chanting, not until the board was torched. My other ex disappearing, which was insane. Like, we went into the kitchen, like she was gone after she broke that salt line.
Yeah.
She was gone. She wasn't in the kitchen.
thankfully, I used every ounce of my strength not to get
Yeah,
sucked in there.
yeah, dude.
It
Like,
went right after me.
and why it was in the kitchen? That's the other thing. Why did you see the eyes outside?
I always had
And then,
I always had a fear of that kitchen growing up.
yeah,
Like when it was dark in there, it was dark.
uh,
If you shut the light in there, you couldn't see anything. It was like creepy to go in there because it was an old house. And that house, somebody back in the 30s hung themselves in the basement.
oh, okay.
So I mean, there's a lot of dark energy in that
Yeah,
place.
yeah. Things
Where's
have
that
happened.
house now?
And so the crazy thing is the eyewitness to this, like I said, the person who had nothing to do with this whatsoever, my buddy that came with me, to this day, he turns around and he goes, I know it happens.
Mm-hmm.
I can't explain how it happens. And I pretend like it did not happen when I asked him about it. Because I actually, when we were talking about getting King Sabes on for this, I was like, hey, I'm like, I'd love to get you, in on this too, just to be that, other non-believing eyewitness. And he wanted nothing to do with it.
He's one of the basement dwellers,
Yeah. He's one of the basement dwellers. Yeah, he won't come
What,
out.
John? What do you think it
Probably
is?
watching
What do you
this right now
What do you
laughing.
think it was, John? Because we don't think it's demons from hell, right? I mean,
No. I honestly think that, and I do believe that interdimensional entities can do this. I think that she either tapped into something or something tapped into her that allowed an interdimensional entity to come full force into that house that day. And I also think it has to do with other things. I think it was a perfect recipe for disaster. The mental illness, the house we were in with all the energy, the
Mhm.
spirit board. I just think it was it was just the perfect elements to create that. And the other thing too is, which was really odd, is walking in there.
Mm-hmm.
I felt nothing. I did like as far as being sick. Like I felt it was heavy. I walked in there and I was like, whoa. Like I knew something was wrong, but nothing affected me.
Yeah.
That was the odd thing. Like everyone else is getting affected, and I was the one that was able to go in, grab the board.
Well, you're not of this world to begin with because you get affected by the sun out there, not
Yeah, that is-
everything else.
that is true. That is true.
The sun's your enemy.
Yep.
what's the
yep.
significance of salt?
Yeah. So the whole thing with salt is that it's a crystal. It is a crystal, and in popular mythology, salt is a way to protect yourself from spirits and evil forces and things like that.
Oh, it's one of the
It-
top.
it-
It's one of your top four: crystal, Jesus, salt, and sage.
That's
I
it.
see.
That's it. Now I don't use salt. You know what I mean? But then again, this is going back 20 years ago. And I mean that was pretty smart of them to protect themselves. Like they were
With
trying
salt?
to protect themselves with salt. Then your mother goes to make something for dinner when she gets back from vacation. Where's all the fucking salt?
So what do you do? What do you try to do with salt?
Pot every year with the parties, but
Do you
Yeah,
spill?
yeah.
You pour the salt? Is that what you're saying on the floor?
Yeah, and you create a line or a circle, whatever you're
it
trying
was
to.
more of an oblong, like
Yeah, the way that
rectangle
place was shaped.
because
Yeah,
of this
yeah,
room.
yeah.
But we surrounded the room with
I
a
see.
line.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. It broke the salt line.
Yeah.
It gave two shits about the salt line.
It wasn't a typical like spirit
No,
type of
no,
energy.
not at
Yeah,
all.
this was definitely
No way.
something else.
No way. Nothing's gonna get all those people sick that were there. Nothing's gonna keep her trapped in the trance. Drag two people, because I didn't get to see him get dragged. Everybody else saw him got dragged. I wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
I got to see the other chick get freaking dragged. And that's when I was like, yo, what the hell is going on?
Mhm.
At first,
Mike,
I
is it-
thought everybody was playing games with me, too. That
Mike,
was the other
has this,
thing.
has this ever happened before or since?
The only thing, there's been a couple of times of note with me using the spirit board. One time I felt like something was compressing my chest. That was at Buckout. One time doing the spirit board, I got what people would call a download about a woman who was raped by three men that worked here, and she worked here too. And then she came. I didn't want to talk about it. It was actually, hold on. Let me just say this. When I was doing the spirit board on live, I got this download. Okay, and I felt everything. I felt what the men were feeling. I felt what she was feeling, what she was smelling, what they were smelling, like everything. like the taste of the brandy like they were drinking, or no, it wasn't brandy, it was gin. Excuse me. The everything, like literally everything. Like I felt it all, and I turned around to my audience and I said, guys, this just happened to me, but because it is a personal account and you guys didn't experience it, I'm not going to talk about it. We're just going to move on. I didn't have to talk about it. She came through the spirit box and started talking about it.
Mhm.
So she gave the details afterwards. So that's happened. And then the most recent, when I did the spirit board, I got bit on my leg.
So do we think?
still have
Do we
the
think?
scar.
Do we think our friend Mike here is some sort of magnet for? What are you dropping your pants over there? What's happening?
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I'm showing Mike the. showing,
We can all see what you're showing, Mike.
that away,
hold
John.
on, let me. I
Now,
can't.
Mike,
My phone's in use. I wish I could show you the picture.
Mike, do you ever mess with these spirit apps and spirit?
I haven't since
since
that, but I did earlier on in my life a lot of times. One time, a friend of mine, so my mom worked at this community center, civic center type place in the town I lived in. And her boss's son and I did it in that center one time with a spirit board,
Mhm.
and didn't know any history about the area really or nothing. And we were talking to this spirit, says its name's Todd. Doesn't say first or last name, just says Todd. So later on, I go to the library like a few days later, and I'm looking up history of the town, and there was this kid that murdered his family. He was like a teenager or whatever, murdered everybody in his family except the little kid, that the youngest kid, and then murdered himself. The youngest kid was with a nanny or something somewhere else, so he wasn't there. And his last name was Todd, and I was like, oh, so. And I knew nothing of that prior. So I mean, I knew they worked if you knew, what you're doing or whatever. But if you don't know what you're doing, I wouldn't play with them.
Mhm. So listen, I just took the picture. Ignore the bite scab in the middle because I recently got bit by a mosquito.
Sure.
But you can see the scar.
Keep it
Gary,
PG.
this bled profusely.
Okay.
This wouldn't stop bleeding. Like it was bad after I did the spirit board.
It's like a snake bite.
I know, that's
Single
it.
snake bite.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gross.
Look at that scar. Obviously, ignore the middle.
Yeah.
Ignore the middle. That's a scab. But that you can see the scar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
And
gross.
that's insane. It's these punctures, dude. It was just, and I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it. All I know is that after I did the spirit board, I felt kind of weird. I went and I laid down, and the reason why I felt weird is because I was just losing blood, and I had no idea. And I'm live, and I'm like, oh crap, guys, I'm bleeding.
Don't you feel like we should be turning on some spirit boxes now to see if Mike, who likes Mike?
To see if anything
I don't
comes
think they
through.
like me.
I mean, I feel like we're gonna get. Maybe you're just like Mike. Can you imagine if you're like just hated by the deep? Like, is it constant? Have you ever met a good ghost, Mike?
Yeah, I've spoken to my grandmother on them.
Okay.
I went like a couple of years before all that happened. I pulled up on a spirit board with a friend of mine to talk to my grandmother because I knew she was around there at the time.
At your house?
What
Yeah,
do you feel anything in this office of his?
I will say I do have a feeling in my spine.
John, you got to turn on a box. Turn a box on.
All right, let me
that
turn a
thing.
box on.
Let's see who comes through to say something. If they're telling you to go after yourself, there's someone's gonna. I want to see a green-eyed mask. I want to see a mask right there, like get green eyes in it. I mean, if we got some dual energy going on here, I feel like it's only right. I think one of you should.
I got a box on. We'll see what comes through.
Okay, one of you should cut one and praise Abaddon and see what we get. You must have put some blood on a mirror, smear it around, and then be like with Abaddon and see what happens. I feel like.
Well,
Now,
honestly, if anything comes through, it's going to be directed to about Sam, because I still haven't put away the Sam mask.
What,
Still sitting over there.
here's a practical question. Did you ever get your house, that house checked for gas leaks?
I was a kid. I didn't pay attention to that shit.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I didn't smell, I was in the fire department at the time, and I got a blood nose for gas leaks and things like that. Especially now, like, I'm still the super at the undisclosed location. The second I get a whiff of gas in the hallway, I know somebody left their oven on, and I got to check all the apartments. I didn't smell any gas.
No.
I didn't smell any gas. Plus, there was candles lit. There was
Yeah, that place would have blown up long before you got there.
yeah. Like that's like
Right.
just so you know, like that's
It
how
came to a crater.
that's how they knew that the dishwasher was kicking out suds, because there was limited light from the candles. Everything else went out
Yeah.
except for your sister's room.
Yeah, that's right.
Except for your sister's room. That was
Because that was
Oh,
a front porch. That
she's
was
a
a front porch
witch.
room.
Your
Yeah,
sister's
except-
a witch.
Yeah, but your sister was a young child at the time, right?
Oh,
She was in her
dude.
12s.
John, what have I
13.
always said? Who are the worst
Yeah.
in the paranormal? Children and old
Children.
ladies.
Yeah.
Your sister's a witch, bro.
Yes.
Now,
Oh,
now,
man.
did she ever experience anything?
The cat says it's something.
Yep. There she is.
She's coming to protect you, John.
She wants to get on the. She wants her 15 seconds, yeah. The boxy girl.
Green eyes. Now, does your sister experience anything?
No, not that I'm aware of. She never told me.
Wow.
We have a
Damn.
good one in our house. I don't know who this is. Oh, is this your brother? Is this related to you? Anthony?
Oh yeah, that's my brother.
Oh, he's on here. He's on the chat.
Yeah. He was telling me the other day about something he saw. He thought it was me walking up the stairs once to his room.
Are you guys still
No,
there?
no. We live in Stratford now.
Oh, so
There's an old guy.
So where you're at now in Stratford?
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's an old guy that I guess my parents had bought the house from the family or whatever. They sold it when he was getting really old or whatever. But his spirit dwells in that house still because the energy's still there.
Okay.
And the guy, apparently my brother saw what he thought was me walking up to his room. He went up and followed it, and there was nobody there. I wasn't home.
It walked into his. Someone looked like you walked into his room.
Yeah, because from the living room, there's stairs that go up to the. I think it's a Cape Cod. So he has the two rooms. It's one big room.
And that's where it
upstairs.
touched him inappropriately.
The old man ghost.
It's like
I
that
haven't
oddly
seen
looked
anything there, but I
looked
do
like his
feel-
brother.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
my
has a
brother's
faint
gonna
memory
troll
of
us.
it.
My brother's gonna troll us. I know that. Him and his fiance and his fiance's best friend are gonna troll us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, it what happened was
Okay,
so wild.
but then how do you? What do you do next? How do you go walk into the house the next day?
Oh, dude, we partied.
Yeah.
Gary, after all that was said and done, we partied.
Yeah.
Like more people showed up.
Yeah.
We just started.
Johnny just had to come to expel the spirits.
Yeah. And then we just started going at it, man. We just started having a great time.
Oh yeah.
We filled the house up and
My boy O came and freaking made jungle juice and we freaking partied.
yeah, dude, like it was that
Interesting.
chick was getting railed at that sounded like a pig upstairs. You remember that? That was hilarious. I've never heard anything like that. It was a party. It was like a straight house party, dude.
All
Like,
right.
it was wild. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
that's literally what we did afterward.
Yeah.
You
No
know?
one cared. No one cared that a spirit just sort of dragged you across the
We
floor.
just moved on.
Yeah, we just- yeah.
You know what? You can't hang yourself up
Well,
in the
well,
past.
well,
either.
hold on. So, if I remember correctly, both girls went home.
Yeah.
Both girls went home.
Okay.
They were all messed up.
Mhm.
One of them ended up coming back after, the one I was dating at the time.
Mhm.
Ended coming back after. With one of her.
You know what? I think I took them.
You did take
You
them.
stayed. I
Yeah.
took to drop off.
Yep.
the ex.
Yep.
And then your current one stayed with me in the car ride
Yeah.
back to the house. So
Back to the house. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
And then you picked
But
up
she
the
needed
other
a ride. She didn't drive
Yeah.
like you.
Yeah, like me. Yeah, to do it was literally business as usual after that. It was that's what it was, you
Yeah.
know, and we just,
What's wrong
had a
with you
good
people?
time.
Are you guys
I
all
know,
like?
right?
What is wrong with you?
Everything. Everything
was wrong.
Well, hold on,
at that
hold on.
time.
In my defense, I just came out of work, working all day, digging.
There was no
trenches
ghost.
and laying
No
pipe.
ghost was going to stop you from partying.
Hell no. Yeah,
John,
it was
so this is
hell no.
Let me ask you, were
Wait,
you
wait,
doing
wait.
anything in the paranormal before at this time of your life, or no?
Me?
John,
Oh, John?
were you doing anything paranormal
We
related
got
this
another
time in your
story
life?
we'll tell in a moment.
Yeah, well, at the time I was doing, investigations here and there. Definitely, this is after the whole thing at the firehouse with my first like actual soiree,
Yeah.
like investigating. This at the time, I think it was the.
There's Johnny at that time.
No.
Yes.
No.
Isn't it
Show
funny
the other
how
picture. Hold on. Show
there's a
this.
real fine
the
line?
neck?
No. Show. Wait a minute. Where is it?
Oh, I got to pull it up. Hold
So
on.
what
he's
is that,
gonna
Judge? Is
pull-
that like the 90s?
No,
dude,
that was
that's
early 2000s.
early 2000s.
We were 20, so it was like 04.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It was before I met my
Oh, wow.
my now ex-wife.
Yeah.
There's a fine line between New York Italian and New York Puerto Rican. It looks like when you're in the when you're terribly
All right, I'm gonna
shaved.
pull up the dates.
Oh, and he's gonna pull up. Just to give you an idea.
Be careful, you might see some inappropriate stuff as I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Johnny on drums.
Oh yeah, he showed me on drums.
Look at you, dude.
Me on drums.
That's
That
when he was
shitty
on
beard.
his
That's
McDonald's.
stupid.
He was on his McDonald's. He was on his McDonald's chicken Caesar salad kick. That's all he ever ate. He dropped down so much weight.
I know.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
good looking dude if he drops that way. And let's like look at that
Where's the other
stupid
one? Oh,
beard.
there it is. Do that one. Show that.
Yeah,
one.
that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny screaming.
Me screaming.
Oh my dude, it's like you're unrecognizable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. Back in the day.
Yeah.
That was back in the day. So
That's fun.
You can
You look like
imagine
the ghost of yourself.
yeah, a very
Just told me to do it.
yeah, a very wild me. I mean, listen, that entire time too. That was the third day of that party. All 3 of those days, I literally went to work, partied.
I don't mean
Went to work,
cut
party.
in the middle for a
Yeah,
second,
go ahead.
but
Go on,
I just
jump
heard that say "do it" as I was thinking to show the picture of the guy who is the non-believer.
Oh,
And say, I'm not gonna do
yeah,
that.
don't do it.
But
Because,
the spirit was just telling me
to
do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Palpatine, do it.
We don't have his permission to.
No,
Sure.
we're not
show
gonna
him
do
on
that.
here,
But
yeah.
because he's in some of those pictures too.
Yeah. Long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, at the time, I was just doing like one place I was investigating at that time was a speakeasy, which was pretty. It was a pretty.
Yeah,
wild,
I've heard that story. It's a good one.
Yep.
You were just sort of getting started.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm in my infancy, if you will,
Sure.
because I don't consider anything when I was a child up until I was 18 anything prominent, because a lot of it could have been imagination, a lot of it could have been misinterpretation. I was looking at it from a mind of an immature individual, not an adult.
Sorry, I'm thinking. So you're saying your sister was home that night, Mike, and the light.
No, she
No.
wasn't.
Oh.
But her room light was the only one that didn't get affected.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, but she wasn't there.
No. My parents used to go away and bring them because they were like 12, 13. I stopped
I
going
see.
on vacations with them when I was like 17 was the last time I did, right? When
I see.
graduated
I
high
see.
school.
All right, I get it.
After
I get
that,
it.
they never invited me again.
I get it. It's okay.
Plus,
that
the
makes
real
sense.
fun is when they weren't there. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
House to yourself. So yeah, I mean, listen, it was pretty wild, and it was all instinctual. Me walking in there, me grabbing that board. It was just like, all right, I know I have to torch this board.
Is that the
I
worst
have to
experience
torch
you've
this.
ever had with a spirit board?
What was that?
Is that the worst experience you've ever had with a spirit board?
I had to burn one more like a year or so before, futzing around. I forget where I was. It wasn't even me. It was a couple of friends were playing with one of the ones I had because I always had one.
Uh-huh.
And and I had to burn that one because it started talking to somebody that something that was talking very negatively. I was like, I got to take this outside. I stopped it because, and this was like, I want to say it was like a year and a half before, so we weren't really hanging out as much at that point. So I was trying to remember who it was.
Is this in Portchester?
No, this is next town over, Greenwich.
Yeah, next time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is all in East Portchester.
East Portchester.
East Portchester.
Sure.
You know, yeah. So, yeah, listen, it was definitely an experience, and
Mike, is that the scariest
I,
thing? You said you
oh.
burned another spirit board once, but is that the scariest thing you've ever gone through?
No,
No, not
The scariest by far was what happened. The big story we just told.
Oh, that's what I meant. Was this story not?
Oh yeah, that was by far. I never played with that stuff really again. I feel the entities in a room when I walk in. I feel, it's just, we are very spiritually inclined. I'll put we feel that energy in the room, and I try to ignore it, but you can't. It's there.
And equally as dangerous, his father makes this horseradish that almost put me in the hospital.
Really?
He hasn't made that in years.
But dude, he comes
love
up to me,
horseradish.
smell this.
No, that was the Kabasi King.
Oh, that was dude.
He had the Kabasi King one he used to do.
I almost knocked unconscious.
That thing will clear out all your sinuses.
What?
I didn't know what I was going to do
maybe
with my life
maybe if
after
you
that.
had it that night, you would have cleared out that demon in your house.
Yeah, maybe.
What's the most haunted place you've ever been to outside of your own house?
Outside of my own house? You know what? I felt when we went to that park years ago in Rye. What is that one with the burnt down mansion or whatever? It was like right off the post road. And we went down. It was in the woods. They used to have a house there. We went down there. It was like all the ruins of the house.
Oh, hold on.
I'm gonna look on the map. I think I remember where it is.
Hold on. You're talking about. I think he's talking about the quarry. There's a quarry there where I get quartz crystals from and whatnot on that. I think that's where you're talking about.
Hold on, I'm pulling the post road.
Right? It's either that or across the street from there.
You know what?
I haven't taken them there yet. That's
actually the there.
Yeah, that's it. That's where the quarry is.
Yeah, that's where.
Yeah, he's talking about that. So I caught a Native American there.
Chris Laparco just texted me. He's watching.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry, I dropped.
That's all right.
He goes.
Yeah.
What am I watching? What about my basement? Mazoo.
Listen,
Mazoo.
Listen, we don't need to talk about his basement.
They used to tease me with that Mazoo. Mazoo's gonna get you.
Yeah, he's saying it right now. No, so where he's talking about is the quarry. We call that the quarry, but it's a nature center where I've actually caught Native American spirits. Like we've caught, and it's just phenomenal, and definitely a completely different energy there.
Yeah,
like it is wild.
I don't think I've ever seen you there.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen you there. Have I?
I go every couple months there. That's not a spot I go to. It's not in my normal rotation. A lot of the times there's a lot of families there with kids, and it's just, I try to pick and choose when I go when it's the quietest.
Speaking of places, it's on Tuesday we're dropping our Sleepy Hollow episode.
Yes.
So that'll be Mike, have you gone to Sleepy Hollow?
I
don't think you should, bro. I'm pretty certain that if anyone's going to see the Headless Horseman, it's
I always wanted to go there to find my ex's great grandfather's buried up somewhere up there.
The main?
I don't know which one. I'm still trying to find him.
Why is that something you want to find? Wait,
for my kids. It's for my kids. I do genealogy. Not for me, for them.
Got it. Okay.
So what's called? Yeah. We got that episode coming out.
So we have our guest. Let's talk about our guest. Our guest is going to be is an author, historian, clairvoyant. His name's Sam Baltrusis. He's been on a ton of different shows. for Travel Channel, a lot of ghost shows, monster shows, things like that. He's written a ton of books. He is going to be talking about. He wrote a book called. Yeah, he wrote a book. He wrote this book, Ghost of Sleepy Hollow, and
I
it's
read
more,
it. Good,
more,
great read. I read it cover to
more
cover.
than just. You guys can check it out and in the link tree in my bio here, and for yourself. The guy writes about all the spirits, and John is. You guys have shared a couple of stories about some, which is going to be really interesting. But
yeah,
I think the most interesting thing about it, which is this idea of a town that could have meant like the town manifested its own spirits that's in there, which makes total sense. How like the legend sort of created itself, like a story, then a legend, and then it manifested, which is a wild concept to think about.
Yeah.
It still doesn't explain.
And what's wild is after that episode's there, and the following week, we're going back to the cottage.
Oh, cool.
And what's awesome about this place, I didn't drop the name of the place yet. They just know it as the cottage. They're gonna get the full name of the place after they watch the episode. We're going to be. They upgraded me to the King's Suite, so we're gonna be in the main Victorian mansion in the King's Suite for one of the nights. Okay. And then the next night I'll be at the cottage. It's all on the same grounds. It's just one of the other buildings that you can see in the background.
Are you going to do a walkabout? I mean, you should walk around because I'd love to see you walking around some of the places he mentioned. Are you allowed? What's the deal?
So I am allowed. I am allowed after a certain time. I have free reign of the property after midnight.
I just mean Sleepy Hollow in general too. Yeah. Like the bridges, the things, there's some graves.
Yeah.
Or do
I
they
do
give
that
you
every now and then. When I go to Sleepy Hollow Cemetery, I walk around and I go down to the bridge and all that. But this property, the estate, if you will, I'm allowed to walk around. The only problem is service. But I actually just on the technical side, I know everyone loves to hear about technical stuff.
We love it.
On the technical side, I just got rid of my T-Mobile and I just upgraded to Starlink.
Oh, I told you you should try. Did you got the little thing?
So yes. So
dude, I'm telling you,
it'll be here. It'll be here by before I go, and because I get no service with the T-Mobile at the cottage. Okay service with the Verizon.
Cat's going nuts.
And yeah, I know the cat's going nuts right
now. Dude, terrorists in the middle of the desert will use Starlink and it works. So it's gonna work for you in Sleepy Hollow, Terrytown.
So what's it called? So yeah. So I'm gonna be able to test it out. That's actually where I'm gonna test it out. And I got the small one that I can literally carry in my pocket. So yeah, it'll be, and it came with a 3-pack. So I'll have a bigger one for it. It'll be good. But I got rid of one of the services because T-Mobile, I wasn't using.
That's gonna be your go-to everywhere you go.
No offense, T-Mobile.
That's gonna work wherever you are, man.
Yeah,
on all these places.
Yeah, so I should be able to walk around the estate after midnight. The only reason why after midnight is so I'm not disturbing the guests, and by midnight all the guests will be drunk anyway. So yeah,
right. All right, very.
That place is a party place. It's a very ritzy party place.
Unless Mike's there, then everyone's throwing up on themselves and speaking in tongues.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen. As long as none of my ex-girlfriends get a hold of a spirit board, we should be okay.
Well, I don't think they're coming anyway.
No.
You sure know how to pick them.
I'm sorry.
One of them definitely isn't, but maybe you're on the spirit board.
A lot of inside jokes happening here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man.
Well, that's a wild story, Mike. I mean, it's sort of funny that you just kept going in that house. And there's no real, and never saw it again.
Got to bring positive energy back, man.
Didn't we cook also? Didn't I make the glop special? With the mozzarella cheese and the sauce.
Hold on.
And
I remember you cooking something.
Dude, I'm telling you, I think after all this was said and done, I am pretty sure I got crunked out of my mind and went into the kitchen and cooked everybody food. I'm pretty goddamn sure I did.
I'm pretty sure you did.
I did, because I remember I cleaned up the mess.
Yeah.
I cleaned up all the suds.
And then you saw food in the fridge, and then
I just,
you're like, yo, we're cooking.
Cooking. dude, it was wild. If someone had like if this was documented,
Yeah.
people would think we were nuts.
Yes.
They would be like, "How are you even in that house after all that happened?" Like nothing, like nothing. It was wild. We just kept going,
You've
In
never
Kent,
tried to,
baby.
John. You
Yeah.
never try to find that spirit again, huh? You don't go looking for
You faced it
spirits,
one
do
more
you?
time.
I have faced off with that entity before at the undisclosed location.
So how did that go?
Horribly, actually. Horribly. It's probably one of the worst things that I've ever come face to face with.
So is this? So it sounds like this spirit is winning in a weird way.
Yeah.
This is like some
Well,
nemesis spirit.
Well, in a way, it was, and then things changed. I got the upper hand. I realized how to deal with everything there at the undisclosed location. The only entity that truly won at the undisclosed location would be Eddie Boy. Because
Yeah, well, he's dope. But what, like,
yeah.
so tell me about the undisclosed.
He's
Tell me
the
about
worst.
tell me about your experience.
No.
No, but did you tell it? But tell the story of this thing in the undisclosed location. What
Oh,
was the situation?
so this is when I first took over. Well, I first moved to the undisclosed location, and this is actually the start of me documenting spirits. And one of the maintenance guys was actually filming this. And believe it or not, a lot of people don't know this. The first 2 weeks of Santa Paranormal was actually started by one of the maintenance men. I didn't originally start the account. This dude started
That guy's about to
filming.
file a lawsuit for
No,
back
no, no.
back
He
dues.
gave me, yeah, no. He gave me the account. He gave me everything. And it was in infancy too. It had barely anybody. It was like I got it when it had like 3,000 people on it, right? And he started filming these children in the basement.
Huh.
Literally these children in the basement. And his wife was like, "Yo, I don't want you doing this anymore." Me and him were bullshitting about it in the elevator. He gave me all the information, and I took over. And I'm coming across these children in the basement, and then one day I came across something that was pretending to be a child, and it was honestly at the time frightening as fuck.
And you believe
I
it was
was
the
more. I
same?
was
And you
shocked.
believe it was
Dude,
the same? Abaddon?
later, it would be revealed. It revealed itself through a spirit board as a entity named Bean. He called
Bean?
himself Bean, like yeah, like Bean, like
Like
lima bean,
lima bean? Like kidney
yeah,
bean? Okay.
baked beans, you know what I mean?
Sure. We can sit here and name beans.
Yeah, but then later on through the documentation, it was revealed that its name was actually Abaddon, and then I'm like, oh, that makes fucking sense. I was
So
like,
it
that makes
found
sense.
so you think it maybe found you if it was the same
No,
one.
no, that it has to do with the portal that's there at the undisclosed location. It's why Edward is together. You know what I mean? Is as strong as he is. It's why that place is such a vortex of madness. It has to do with that portal that's there. There's a portal there that I believe can link up to multiple places, and
Okay.
and it's what Edward was obsessed with.
Do you think
Edward, he
there's a
calls
portal
it
at
the
Mike's old
Nexus.
house?
No, it has nothing to do with Mike's old house.
But might
No,
there
but
be a
it wasn't at the
portal?
time we found that portal, remember?
Yeah. The one under the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
You
was
were
why.
driving and all of a sudden you're like, we need to stop.
Yeah,
There's
just
something here.
uh,
And it was me, him, and two other people in my old Ford what was it, an Escort wagon.
yeah. It was green, right?
Green Escort
Yeah,
wagon.
green Escort wagon.
First car I ever had.
Yep.
And we pull over and we're under the bridges, under 95, where the exit comes off. And there's this massive hole just like from the rocks, instead of the rocks being there.
You
this
can't
big pit.
see it from the road. Like you literally have to I was like, everyone stop, pull over. There's something going on up there. And you couldn't see it until we went up there. And then you just see this chasm just going straight down. And
It
I
was like a bottomless pit.
yeah. No, it was wild, dude. And I'm like, yo, something's not right with this.
Mike, do you think John is some sort of like intuitive You know,
Oh, yeah.
for sure
Tell you
has some
what.
juice.
I will say it like this: if something negative is in the room, whatever it is, I want him there because something happens where it either he gets rid of it somehow or something happens.
Intent, baby. I always say it. It's all about
And back
intent.
then, you had nothing but confidence and intent. That's why you handled that like swift.
Yeah. It's all about intent.
Aren't
Being
you
more
curious what would've-
and dominance too, you know?
What do you
Dominance,
think? What do you
submission.
think would have happened, John, if you showed up like an hour later?
Oh, I don't even know. I
I
don't
probably
know.
got pulled back into the kitchen.
Yeah. That I don't know
And
because I mean
and
that
disappeared with the girlfriend.
yeah, that's a great question because that's actually a possibility.
Yeah.
Imagine I got distracted. Imagine I got held up. Imagine I waited for somebody else.
It was the start of a battle that would come to end later on.
Yeah. So that's actually pretty freaking wild to think about.
Yeah.
So yeah, but no, this story and what happened at the undisclosed location have nothing to do with each other. I firmly believe that she channeled that entity
Yeah.
because she was into some dark shit too. So I firmly believe that she tapped into that.
Oh, yeah.
And that was able to come through.
She was alone.
Yeah.
That's a great story, man. Well, Mike, thank you for sharing that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's super fun.
Wild.
Guys,
Wow.
we love ghost stories. If anybody here is new and listening, please go to splinteredspirits.com
And that's a crazy one.
because we want those stories.
That's a crazy story. What
This
you
is
just
a
told.
King Saves approved podcast.
Definitely go to
Oh,
our
man.
website. You can upload tell us your story or ask your questions. Or as we started out, ask me questions on Reddit and be my friend. I need some backup. I need some Reddit backup.
Reddit's for my adult needs.
Yeah.
They're so mean. They're so mean on Reddit.
Oh, the people on Reddit are evil.
They're dark, dude. It's almost like, man, you're just so mean.
It's like Abaddon runs that Reddit.
Yeah,
I feel
right.
like, dude, I feel like I have now seen Abaddon on Reddit. Like they're just saying hurtful things.
It's never gonna go away now. We conjured it back.
That's it.
They just sit there and troll, man. It's
Insane.
nuts.
It really is. It
Um,
really is. I got my reasons why I stay off Reddit, man. There's people use that for a lot of dark shit, and I'm just not about it.
yeah, I'm not
you know?
getting into all that dark shit on Reddit. I stay
No.
away from it for this, but it's like,
Nah, keep promoting.
you're trying to promote, you're trying to find like-minded people and spread the word, and it's like, like what? I'm sorry, dude. I didn't realize your smudge picture is any better than this guy's smudge picture. And it's like, all right, what the fuck are we talking about? It's so.
Speaking of pictures, is it next week's live? We're doing the
You need to walk
thermal?
me through those thermals. Yeah, all of us.
Okay.
We'll go through
Next
that on
week.
next week's live.
We're gonna do the first set of thermals from Buckout when I first got the thermal cam. So we're gonna analyze them here on Splintered Spirits.
Bring that thermal with you to
Gotta
the
get
week after
thicker
for Sleepy
skin
Hollow.
if you
Which would be
be
great.
on Reddit for anything.
Yeah. For real.
What did they say? Who said what? Wait, let me see.
Gotta be on thicker skin. You gotta have thicker skin.
I know, man. It's like
That's like
it's
anything
rough.
social media wise.
Social, it's just so weird.
know?
I'm more fascinated by just like the cultural aspect of it.
Hey,
Like,
those
man,
keyboard warriors, man, they're terrible.
wouldn't it be great if like the only way you're allowed to leave a comment is to like one, it has to be a video comment, and it has to like and you have to show and show your address or your phone number.
Nobody would ever do it.
Exactly.
And nor should they. But you
No
would
one
hope.
would.
It's
Well,
like,
not even their address. Not even if you have to actually leave a video, and your face has to be on it. Nobody would ever do it. That's what keyboard. That's the whole point of keyboard.
it really
warrior,
is it is an existential threat to civility. I mean,
Yeah.
it really is just like, it just made people think they could say whatever they want when they want without
It's insane.
thought. There's no filter.
Well, to be honest, my favorite new thing to do, and I don't know why I never did this sooner, is we get a lot of gooners that come on the YTs, right? And now I just straight up your mama them. Like I incorporate having sex with their mother into everything that they say. And it is the funniest thing, and I love doing it. I wait for them to come on so I can somehow spin what they say into me
Isn't it
having
like,
sex with their mother.
isn't that the best joke that never gets old? So my My
Right.
kid, when my older kid was in middle school, so she's 13. When she was 13, my son was younger. He's like 8, 7 or 8, and he'd have to wait with all the 13-year-olds, for me to pick him up. And the 13-year-old boys, 12, 13-year-old boys would always haze him. Like they'd be like, "Hey man, how many chicks you bag?" and all this stuff. And he doesn't, it's like as if they're getting chicks, number one. And number two, so he's sitting there and he's sitting there like, doesn't want to say, I go, dude, it's simple. And it's really wonderful when you have it. I said, the next kid that says that to you, you say this, besides your mother, and just see what happens. So of course, the next day, some 13-year-olds say, "Hey man, you bag any chicks lately?" Like they're just trying to make him feel uncomfortable around all the other boys. And he goes, "Besides your mother?" To which all the guys around this guy were like, "What?" Because this little kid said it to him. And then it's like he can't do anything because what are you gonna do? He's like, he's not gonna, hit a little kid, even though he's 13. He's like a 7-year-old, especially in front of his older sister, who will like murder him. So it's just sort of like he just had to eat it. And the point being, how great are mama jokes? They never get old.
They're the best.
They're the best.
They are the best. And I am fully incorporating them into it. And I love every second of it.
My favorite was always your mama's.
I did it sooner.
My always favorite is your mom was so fat she fell in love and broke it. It's always my favorite one.
It's great.
Great. There's always some good ones.
Yeah, always. All righty.
All right, Mike. Thank you again for coming on, John. It's always fun, guys. Tuesday, new episodes, Sleepy Hollow with our special guest Sam Baltrusis. Go to my bio and go to the link tree in my bio so you can see a link to that book. You should read it. If you like this shit, read it.
If you're on, that's where you can find that book, by the way.
Go there. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. Listen to the podcast wherever you get it. We got more to come. Dude, after the next 2 in line, guys, I've got a conversation with a professor where we talk about nothing but Satan, which is going to be so great. You guys, if you're into Satan like I am, get ready. The devil you think you know. And we've got a full-blown, bona fide, old, wonderful, lovely Italian Salem witch that we have a conversation with.
Great.
Not to mention a live coming up with another medium talking about relations with ghosts in a unique way. Trying to get a real understanding there, which is she actually dated a ghost at one point. She has a lot to say about where that line is and how people should handle these situations. So that's going to be fascinating.
Sex life.
That's going to be fascinating, right? She's wonderful. She's wildly clever and very interesting. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Guys, you got to follow. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be fun. And that's it for today. I mean, I really don't have anything.
That's it.
Any other, points to bring up, but we've had a good time here in the podcast.
Make sure you guys catch up with the other episodes. If you haven't seen them yet, check them out everywhere podcasts are available.
Everybody, thank you for joining us.